This is Zach. Oh, Zach. So Zach is another fairly new member of the team, although he had a short stint with us a few years ago, which was really good, and I'm really glad he's back, because Zach brings a gentle, soft personality to things. He brings muscle and brawn, and he's very capable, but he brings a really chill perspective. And I really like that. And it's not something I've ever specifically said to him, but he brings that sense of calmness to it. Hey, Zach, could you do this? Yep. Hey, could you do this for me? Yep. And I call him all kinds of nicknames and all kinds of whatever, and he just chuckles and says, yep, I can do that. Yep, I can do that. And because he's easy and he's chill, it makes it easy to be around him without having to talk, without having to fill the space with useless words and to just jibber jabber about anything possible. He's sort of just there listening, absorbing, and I know that he's growing as a human being every time he's just in this environment, that it's something that he craves to be around it, whether he can articulate it in words, whether he can really put feeling and emotion to what he's thinking. I can tell that he's flourishing in this environment of loving who you are, loving where you're at, loving what you're doing, loving the space that you find yourself. And he's the epitome of that, because he smiles and he grins and he nods and he says, yep, let's do that. Yep, I can do that. And instead of begrudgingly, oh, yeah, you're requiring this of me, I don't want to do it, he just smiles and says, yep. And I think a big part of that is just the environment allows him to be who he is, and allows him to, I would hope, to seek out who he will become, because it's as much about who we are as it is about who we become as a human being. And if we have an environment that allows us to seek out who we're going to become, it's just so much more comfortable than always being in that fight for survival, which is most jobs, is you're fighting to survive, you're fighting to be something so that someone recognizes you, so they can move up the ladder, you can make more money, and you can have more status, and you can have more stuff, and you can all of that. But if you can break away from all of that and just love where you're at, whatever you're doing, for whatever money you're doing it, but you love the experience, you're growing as a human being. And Zach is the epitome of that. He's just a sensational guy, and I hope for his future that he continues on the path of growing as a human being and loving the experience of being human, of being himself, and not caving to the social pressure of what he's supposed to be, but rather to just be the human being that he was intended to be, that God intended him to be, and just be that.